Hey everybody, welcome back to the Breath of Fire 3 walkthrough. We are starting out at the Crane game. Keep in mind there are actually, every one of these crates has a treasure chest in it. And the way it works is every time you grab one, it'll automatically move it over to a specific spot and it'll create a path. So the first three always create this path to the other side, and then the final crate that you pick up will actually explode on the end or in kind of in front of the button where you're at right now. So what that means is you have to place them down in different orders. So I grabbed, the first one here that I grabbed was kind of the hidden one. It's kind of a pain in the butt to actually get to, but that's the name of the game. But again, so like I said, there's 4 treasure chests, and basically how it works, or the idea behind it is the last treasure or the last crate that you pick up will explode, and that's how you get the 4 different ones. So I forget all the different items. I know there's a protectors. I think that's the best item. There's like a wisdom fruit in one and a light bangle in another, and I forget the last one. I'm not 100% sure on that last one. But again, in my opinion, if I remember right, I thought that the protectors were, the best item out of here. So I guess make sure you get those. Yeah, not much else to play with. Not much else to really talk about as far as the Crane game goes. There's, you'll get the hang of it. It's just, it can be kind of a pain in the butt, learning it and learning exactly when you need to stop. So, I guess the little squares on the ground actually help you out. Obviously the little X is where the claw will actually come down at, and that hidden one, again, the hidden one is, in my opinion, the most difficult. But once you get the hang of it, it's not too difficult. So here, where are we going? Going up to grab this chest, I guess. Flash shells. Okay, so the flash shells are for Momo, and they actually have the chance of blinding your target. So there are some uses for those, that's for sure. I prefer the sleep shells still. Those are my favorite weapon to have on Momo. Even more so than, I mean, they're my favorite. I'll just kind of leave it at that. There isn't. She's got a lot of good weapons, mind you, but the sleep shells are my favorite. So not much else to say about that. This little switch right here actually gives you a shortcut back to the entrance. So if you find yourself kind of beat up, you can go back to the boat and rest up there, or just continue on, or if you want to save or something, then by all means go right ahead. This area is kind of not much in here, just a couple of different rooms. If I remember right, there are some treasures that you can grab out of the like out of cupboards and stuff, but we'll cross that bridge once we get there. Trying to think what was down here. Oh yeah, looks like a little treasure this way, and I want to say there's a locked door here, but we'll see. So again, bolts and sleepies. Nothing too difficult. So there you got Frost Strike again. So if you haven't learned that enemy skill yet, I'd suggest learning it. It's actually one of the better ones. I mean, again, it's got the chance of sleeping the enemy. So I don't know. It's kind of a good, I guess, utility skill. No, so okay, a skill link. Yeah. It's kind of a long walk just for a skill link, but whatever. So, you know, again, basically right before this dungeon is where I did, it looks like all my leveling. What do we have here? Ammonia. Ammonians are always good. And nothing. So back to the leveling. Basically my goal for this playthrough was to try to like level as little as possible up until I get Dece. And you know, when I say as little as possible, I don't mean like, you know, I was 25, so it wasn't that I didn't do any leveling. So here you got a little hidden 2,400. So it wasn't that I didn't do any. You know, I feel like I did enough to get through the content pretty comfortably. At certain times I felt a little weak, but you know what? I made it, so everything's good. That boost counter inside that room, we'll be using that here in a little bit. Yeah, I guess I'll kind of go through that. I don't know if I'd call it a mini game. I guess it kind of is. But yeah, we'll go through that in a bit. You know, now that I think about it, so being that there was that shortcut, you know, if you really don't like using Momo that much, you can do the first part of this dungeon without her, and then just grab her. Once you get the shortcut, you can go back to the ship and switch her into the party, because you will need her for right here. If you don't have her here to use the console, you will have to go back. So, you know, again, if you don't really like using her that much, you know, you can use her or you can leave her out at the beginning, and then once you get the shortcut, come back in. But I don't know. I like Momo. I like Momo a lot, actually, in my parties. So I didn't really feel the need to, you know, to swap people around. Okay, so so the boost counter. All right, she's trying to explain here. I need you to go check the number, the boost counter, and come back and tell her. To run down to the mod room. Tell me when the counter reaches 100. Okay. So this is a little. The game is a little more difficult, I guess, the first time you do it. I think it took me a couple of tries my first time. I just couldn't really understand it. So okay, so she says go. Basically, the counter actually starts, and it's not really that important that it has already started. But it is important once you actually interact with the boost counter. Like, you have plenty of time. Actually, in all honesty, you have plenty of time. So don't feel like you're rushed. It's more important once you interact with the boost counter to count the little, I don't know, blips or bleeps or whatever this thing is doing. All right, so it's at 30. So basically, every time you hear it bleep from now on, you have to count one up. So it'll be like 31, 32, 33, 34. So just make sure that you like sync up the counter with the audio. And if you are deaf, this is going to be nearly impossible, or it's just gonna take a ton of luck. So you know, and unfortunately, this playback, I can't actually hear the audio, so I can't tell when it's making its little tones. But the important thing is you have to get it. You actually can't speak with Momo until it actually hits 100. Otherwise, you have to start over. So if you talk to her too early, You know, if you touch her at 99, you have to start over. If you touch her at, if it's too late, 101 or, you know, higher, yeah, start over. So, again, it's very important to count those tones right as you interact, or, you know, after you interact with that boost counter, because the boost counter basically will always tell you where it's at, and then you've got the, you know, the time that you actually walk up here and kind of just hang out in this room. You know, it keeps making the little tone. So, again, you know, wait to talk to her until that reaches 100, and you will you'll be able to progress. All right, so it's time to bid farewell to Zig. And he's gonna take the boat back to the Machine Guild, apparently. What a guy. What a good employee. Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought Zig would have been such a good guy? I know I didn't the first time I ever met him, but met him in game, maybe. All right. So we got the little eyeball glowing, or whatever that's supposed to be. Yeah, wow. Pretty sweet laser beam. So I just realized, you know, Bade may be a little angry. He's gonna have to make a trip back to Junktown to fix the ship again, because we messed it up. We messed it up really bad. So, I mean, it's ironic that we had to fix it to destroy it. Oh, funny. What was that? I don't know. Why don't we progress the dialogue here and find out instead of just standing around? God. I need to stop, playing other games while I, you know, play Breath of Fire 3, but I like to multitask, I guess. Which is actually, ironically, what I'm doing right now. Playing a little Final Fantasy 14 and falling asleep and doing commentary for another video. Just so much stuff. And I'm bad at all of it. Just really super bad. Oh, that's cute. Honey's chasing Pico. See, Momo's, I don't know, cruising around, and here all the boys are stuck in the room together. Oh, why it always looks like Pico's like dazed or, you know, stunned or something. I don't know what the deal is there. All right. So here we. Gotta find out why such power exists. All right, so Ryu wants to know why, you know, basically people are, I don't know, like different almost, I guess. So basically, why does he have his power? Why does Mikba have his power? You know, so on and so forth. Which I don't know. It seems kind of like. Does it really matter why it exists? I think it's maybe, you know, more important about what he does with it. I don't know. That's my take on it anyway. I mean, I guess, you know, it's a valid question, because, you know, I guess, you know, it'd be nice, you know, it makes sense that he would want to know why the power like that exists. Interestingly enough, you know, like he's gone quite a him and Mikbar on quite of a smaller scale than the Brood. You know, obviously, if they had the power to destroy the world, then you know it's a legitimate question as to why that power even exists. All right, how can we get there? Okay, so did we hit something? Is that what was going on there? Okay. Alright, so here's another one. You can I believe you can pick anybody for this. You don't have to have, you know, Momo. You don't have to pick anybody specifically. You can really take whoever you want. And I believe from this point out, I always used this trio. Obviously, the main character, as you have no option there. And then Ri and Momo. I would say they're my favorite combo. You know, there's times where I like to use some of the other characters, but it's more it's more because these two aren't available. You know, obviously there's a pretty huge chunk in the game there where Ri is not even available. So you know I don't really have a whole lot of option there. But you know, and usually I have Gar fill in his spot, or I think in some of my recent playthroughs I played around with the Nina, the agility build Nina. And that was fun too. It was kind of nice to try some different things that I hadn't really tried in the past. And actually specifically in this playthrough, I did a lot of work on a lot of I guess I don't know. I hit for one thing. I hit the fairy village really hard. I didn't level as much for this particular one, which is, you know, a little more different from what I normally do in a game. You know, at this point, we're essentially, I don't know, I think this is about halfway through the game. So to not really do much leveling, for me anyway, until halfway through the game is pretty big. It's pretty substantial. And then on top of all that, I did a couple of different things with my gear and my character setups for, you know, specifically status prevention and whatnot. So like, I believe right now Momo with her equipment, she's got the protectors on, as well as the ivory charm. So with those two together, she has complete status immunity. So, you know, no confusion, no. You know, none of the, no blind, none of all that stuff. And I liked it. I really, it's just the confusion in this game is really dangerous. It's really dangerous. You know, it's nothing, you don't want to be messing around with that, so. So, you know, in certain places, you know, if you're familiar with the game, you can kind of avoid some of that stuff by equipping the right accessories at the right times, but for me, I kind of like to just set myself up and kind of forget about it, you know? So, I don't know. That's kind of the way I do it anyway. You know, there are definitely fights though where I tailor my equipment a little more, but that'll be more, I guess that'll be quite a ways ahead yet. I don't really have to worry about that too much for a while. All right, do you have anything hidden in here? It didn't look like it. There is, gosh, I want to say there is something in this room. I don't remember what it was. I don't think it was good though. I want to say this is where I finally ran into the Bolt Lord, but Not sure. Let's find out, shall we? God, it's got to be coming up if I did. It's probably right in one of these rooms. Here we go. Ivory dice. I don't know. Not that useful in my opinion. There's a couple of fights, I guess, where you could go ahead and use those, but all right, let's giant crab. I don't think this guy has anything good. I think I tried stealing from him though anyway. Belladonna. Ah, okay, I don't know. I guess maybe worth stealing if you like the death spell, but I mean, Rhea already has it, so I'm kind of like, whatever. Miss, what's up? So, appropriately enough, the giant crab uses the death spell and has the Belladonna as a steal, so. Alright, nothing hidden here. Take the stairs down. Still no hidden goodies. Boy, if I ran into that Bolt Lord, it's gotta be really soon. We're running out of... Nope, no Bolt Lord here. We're running out of chances to get into fights with him. So we'll see. Gosh, I could have swore I ran into him, or maybe I missed it. If you know, I may have missed or looked away for a little bit and missed it. I don't know. We will find out, I suppose. Oh, maybe it was in here. Yeah. Is this? Nope. Still not. Still no Bolt Lord. I want to say the Bolt Lord has a chance to drop the Robe of Wind. You know, it's a extremely rare drop though. So, in my opinion, not worth farming. Not worth, you know, killing them over and over. Like the encounter rate is obviously terrible. I'm pretty, like, again, you know, I'm pretty sure I still haven't run into one yet. So, oh, there's some more giant crabs. And you know, being that you can get one in the freighter if you've done any leveling, granted, so it if you use it in battle, it will cast the speed spell. You know, so depending on your party makeup, that can be useful. Now, here in my case, I use Momo and Rhi. Both of those two, I have the ability to cast it anyway. So, you know, for me, not as useful. But you know, if you find yourself, you know, using another setup and you want to be able to cast the speed spell, you are going to need one or multiple of them. So, you know, if you find yourself, if you like it, I would suggest copying it in the Teferi village. So, yeah. Oh my God, there it is. So there's the Bolt Lord. Looks a lot like the Bolt Mage, is it? But I want to say if like something like if it's alone, it says it gets flustered or something like that. And I want to say it will, and I think I skipped the dialogue there. I was hitting the button too fast. But I think it heals you. I don't. Well, let's see here. Yeah. Yep. So I don't know. I don't remember what he does. He does different stuff, you know, depending on if he's alone or not. But yeah, that was the mighty Bolt Lord. What a letdown, huh? All right, we are. Is this? Yeah. Looks like something's finally hit the bow. All right, so here's a little. Gosh, there's like I don't know. It's not a mini game. It's depending on where you fight these things. I believe the ship, like the black ship itself, will help you. Oh, sorry. No, I'm sorry. It's Momo. Or wait, no. Can't be Momo because Momo is here. Maybe it is just the black ship's. Must be the black ship's automatic weapons. Will help you out, but you have to. Okay, so you got to go to the middle of the deck. Let's see where I made it. If I remember right, I didn't go far enough back. So let's see here. Okay, use the right direction. Watch the monsters. If they begin to move, stop and wait for the next opening. And I don't know. It looks like I'm not stopping at all. It looks like I'm just. Well, okay. And so here's the guns. Self-defense program. Okay. Well, so it actually does look like I went back far enough. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know that they ever did anything though. Maybe I just got unlucky. Like I want to say there's a chance that instead of how does that work? Instead of the Ammonites getting a turn, the ship fires on them, and that like makes them skip their turn. I think that's how it works, but don't quote me on that again. So it didn't happen. And fun fact, so here's another spot where you can learn Tsunami. So if you hadn't learned that skill right there from the dolphin, this is the second time you can learn it. And what do these things have? Can't remember. I'm pretty sure you want to steal from them, though. Oh, what was it? Moon tears. Yeah, I'm not remembering what those do. I want to say restores the party's health and status or something crazy awesome like that, though. So, if that's it, I would suggest stealing from both of them. Those are very, very rare items. So yeah, I definitely recommend doing that. Get a little war shout going on, eh? Love that skill. It's so good. It's so good. So by the way, if you don't know where to get that or don't have it, that is from the Master Mary Leap, and basically it's a strength buff for the entire party. So very, very useful. Very good skill to have. There's another Tsunami. Did I steal Moon Tears from both? I'm guessing I did. And here I think I was just trying to decide what to do with Ree. With his, just generally with his turns. I just wasn't sure what I wanted to have him doing. All right, gosh, when are we gonna get to the fun stuff? Here we go. Boom. Speaking of which, what did I go with? I didn't go with this. I know I didn't use that Force Gene. I know I took that back out. Yeah. I wanted to, I kind of wanted to showcase the, what am I doing? Oh. Yeah, let's put that spirit ring on. Okay. So, fun fact, and I don't know if I mentioned this before or not. When you equip a spirit ring, it does not cut down on the AP cost of the initial dragon transformation, but any magic spells that you want to cast with the dragon's form, will be cut in half. And if you're using a shaman's ring instead, it'll be 25% off of those costs instead. Again, the initial transformation doesn't get reduced, as well as the upkeep. So you know, every turn your dragon form does take a little or it loses a little AP just to stay in, or just to maintain that dragon form. And the rings will not influence those costs. But again, now the actual spells, like you'll see, I believe I cast Vitalize here with the hero in the dragon form. Those extra turns, yeah. So there you have it. Vitalize would normally be 20. You know, Restore is normally 12. So those are cut in half. Did I use? Boy, I must have used an influence and I didn't see it. So, alright, so we got Rhi finally into Tiger form. Basically, you know, that's kind of my boss strategy. I don't know if I'd say from here on out. There's probably a few that I don't quite do it with, but for the most part, it's turning Rhi. You know, it's stealing everything I can. You know, I use Charm with the hero and then Pilfer with Rhi. And then once all the items have been stolen, then I'll normally swap over to Were-Tiger and just go to town, and then have Momo influence. And there you go. So there's, what was that, Thunder Breath? It's not bad. I mean, not that great, but it wasn't horrible, I guess. And that was an attempt on a Confuse on Momo, I believe, who is 100% immune. So, better luck next time, buddy. No, seriously though, I hope he doesn't have better luck next time. That would be horrible. Alright, so, and there's Mjolnir. Mjolnir. I'm gonna stop. It's Mjolnir. 756. Okay, so there is you know, that's the magic form of a mage based hero. Okay, now I don't know what if I would have used the Force Gene instead and just used the Warrior. You know, I probably could have popped him for a few K. You know, with a couple of turns used for Aura, but you know, I figured I got a ton of AP. You know, my hero is more magic based anyway. I might as well showcase the magic form, so that's what I did. And you know, it does the trick. That was pretty redonkulous, and it's I don't know. With that gene, it's kind of nice because you've got the option to heal with the hero as well. You know, so, and with all that extra AP and all that extra intelligence that I have, being that I boosted him, you know, I think it really turned out good. So I was really happy. But that is it for the Black Ship. We are going to disembark quite soon here, and yeah, I think that that is going to be about it for the video too. So looks like we got a little bit left, but not too much to say. I don't think either. I think this is, you know, we're basically going to be arriving on the shores of, I believe this town is Combinant. comment, something like that. Alright. Doesn't look too much. Were you gonna finish that? It's different from ours. Okay. Yeah, that actually, yes, this is going to be it. So, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. But I hope you're enjoying the guide so far. And, you know, I hope you join me for more. So, thanks for watching.